Dear world, in this video we will discuss about the introduction of statistics, where we will discuss definition, different types of data and central tendency. Before starting the videos, I would like to notice you to watch the video minutely for better understanding, so that at the end of the video part 1 you will be able to answer the quiz question correctly, and end of part 2 you will be able to submit homework in our website. In contact page, upload your homework button. The website is thaqgeo.com. The link of our website has been given in the description drop down menu. Thanks to all for subscribing our channel and watching the other videos in this channel. Please subscribe the channel if yet not subscribed. Share it to the concerned learner groups. I will eagerly wait for your comments. Don't forget to put a like in this channel. Definition of statistics. Statistics, the word has been derived from the Latin word status, that means a group of numbers or figures. Those represent some information. It helps for planning or decision making, to solve a problem, or used for human interest. Some well-known definitions are: according to the Bowley, statistics are numerical statements of facts in any department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. According to Coxton, Cowden and Keene, statistics is the science of collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numeric data. According to the dictionary.com, the science that deals with the collection, classification, analysis and interpretation of numerical facts or data, and that by use of mathematical theories of probability impose order and regularity on aggregates of more or less disparate elements. According to Investopedia.com, statistics is a form of mathematical analysis that use quantified models, representation and synopsis for a given set of experimental data or real life studies. According to American Statistical Association (ASA), statistics is the science of learning from data and of measuring, controlling and communicating uncertainty. Importance and significance in geography. In the field of geography, the scientific analysis and testing hypotheses to build knowledge and understanding is too much important. Statistics involved in these fields. Geographers use statistics in different ways: to describe and summarize data, to interpret and analyze the quantitative and qualitative data, to describe and summarize spatial data, to make generalized concept about the complex spatial pattern, to estimate the probability of outcomes for an event in a study area, to sample data for making inference about a large set of data, to determine the magnitude of or frequency of geographical phenomenon differ from one place to another, to learn whether an actual spatial pattern match with some expected patterns or theoretical output, to compare or associate or correlate patterns of distribution of any geographical attribute. Data and its type. Data is nothing but an information of a fact. Data about data is called metadata. The term metadata mainly used in remote sensing and GIS for information of spatial data. Data can be subdivided as per source. There two subdivision again, primary and secondary data. Second, as per characters, qualitative and quantitative data are there. Quantitative data further subdivided into discrete and continuous. 3. As per volume, population and sample are two subdivision. And 4. As per nature, here two subdivision also, ungrouped data and group data. Primary data, collection of unique data from field for research or publication. Secondary data, collection of data from any published or organized source. Qualitative data, data cannot be measured and represented directly by any numeric figure such as caste, religious or racial status, gender, etc. Quantitative data, data can be measured and represented by any numeric figure such as rainfall, temperature. It can be divided into two, their discrete data and continuous data. Discrete data, it can only take a certain values such as the number of a population in a village, such as 1153 population. You cannot have half a population. Continuous data, continuous data can take any values within a range. For example, a person's height, it could be any value such as 1.56 meter within the range of human heights. Time in a race, it could be any value such as 3.45 seconds. Population, population data set always contains all number of a specified group, the entire list of possible data values. Sample, sample data set contains a specific part or a subset of a population. The volume of a sample is always less than the volume of population from which it is taken. Ungrouped data, data without any classification or class-wise division. Group data, data with classification or class-wise division. Scales of measurement of data. There are 4 scales present. Nominal scale, it can be used to measure the qualitative data. Simply, nominal scale could be called levels, such as we can use the number or alphabets to represent gender. For example, we use 1 or M, 2 or F and 3 or T for male, female and better not to speak respectively. Dichotomous data is a subset of nominal scale with only two categories. Example, true, false. Here a graphical or pictorial representation of nominal scale. Ordinal scale, it can be used to represent the order of the values of any qualitative data. The value is important and significant, but the difference between each one is not really known. Such as, we know that hash 5 is better than hash 4 or hash 3, but we don't know and cannot quantify how much better it is. In the same way, we cannot say the difference between very good and good. The scale are typically measured on the non-numeric qualitative concept like performance, satisfaction, happiness, discomfort, etc. Here is a pictorial representation of ordinal data. 1 for bad, 2 for very bad, 3 for extreme bad. We can measure in this way. Interval scale, the meaning of interval is space in between. Interval scale are numeric scales to represent the quantitative data. In this scale, we know both the order and the exact difference between the values. The classic example of an interval scale is centimeter scale because the difference between each value is the same. For example, the difference between 5 and 15 is a measurable 10 centimeter. It is the same difference between 15 and 25. Here is a pictorial form of interval scale on centimeter ruler. In the side, it is a pictorial representation of interval scale. 4 to 5 inch we consider short height, and 5 to 6 inch we consider long height for the measurement of human heights. Ratio scale. Ratio scales are the spatial measurement scale because they tell us about the order, the exact value between units, and they also have an absolute zero, which allows for a wide range of both descriptive and inferential statistics to be applied. The variables in ratio scale can be meaningfully same when multiplied or divided any same number with them. The scale has a great statistical use. Here is a pictorial representation of ratio scale, that is, in case of marks, 90 to 100% double A, 80 to 90% A, 70 to 80% B, and in the same way 60 to 70% it is C. Tabulation of data, raw data. Without any arrangement or order, raw data is basically ungrouped data. For example, here is some numeric figure to represent the raw data. Array data, arranging data according to their values, ascending or descending order. Here the same values arranged in order, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Class limit, class boundary, and class interval. These three concepts should be clear to the all students for statistical practice. Class limit, here 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29. Here class interval can be calculated by range plus 1, that is 9 minus 5 plus 1, that is 5. Class boundary, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. Here class interval can be calculated by only range. 5 minus 10, that is 5. Here the pictorial representation of class interval and class limit. In both cases, class interval is 5. In class limit, the red line 5 to 9 and 10 to 14. Here 9 and 10, a gap within 9 and 10 present. Ungroup raw data. How to tabulate the ungroup raw data to group data? First, we should arrange the data according to their values, ascending or descending manner. In case of huge number of values, we should not arrange this. We just chart in this way. Keep in mind, for error-free tally marks, put your index finger of left hand on data and put the concerned tally marks in the box by right hand as shown in the slide. Here the number 5, then put your tally on the concerned table. Here 64, then put the tally in concerned box. Here 7, again put the tally marks in concerned field. Here 34, again put the number in concerned field. Here 11, put the tally marks in concerned field, and 57, here also 57. In this way you complete the table of tally marks and frequency. Must remember, total frequency will be the total number of ungrouped data. Number of ungrouped data will be the total number of the frequencies. Representation of data. Frequency histogram. We can represent the data as frequency histogram. In the x-axis we put class boundary and y-axis frequency, and the histogram also drawn in this manner. Frequency curve and frequency polygon. In the same way we can represent the frequency curve and frequency polygon. Here the ogive. Ogive are two types, that is cumulative frequency, less than type and more than type. The table represent the less than type ogive cumulative frequency and more than type of cumulative frequency. Here the representation of ogive in pictorial manner. Here the end of part 1, introduction of statistics. To continue, please watch part 2 of introduction of statistics. Before watching the part 2 of introduction of statistics, you should fill up the quiz form on introduction of statistics part 1. The link has been given in the drop down menu of description, or you can visit directly the website theqgeo.com and then contact page, then submit your homework button. Thank you. Do minutely to avoid the wrong response. Thank you again.